Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I am here with the review for Married at First Sight, Season 10, Episode 3. Hope y'all are doing good today. So, I think that I'm going to do the review going couple by couple because I don't want to forget anybody. And then when we get to the honeymoon, we'll kind of maybe go back to the group. I don't really know yet. I haven't worked it all out in my head, but let's start with Katie and Derek. So everybody is jittery because it's everybody's first night together. Katie and Derek have a natural chemistry, so things are flowing well with them. They're getting ready for bed. She's taking her makeup off, and they're kind of talking. There's a bowl of condoms there, and that is where Katie lets us know that she is actually allergic to latex condoms. Now, Derek, I know you got a daddy, and I'm sure he already put you on game. But just in case he hasn't, let's have a talk. For all you young boys out there, y'all need to know this too, and young girls, whoever need it, let me talk to you. Now, if you are allergic to latex, you can use lambskin condoms. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Things might have changed. But as far as I know, lambskin condoms do not protect against the HIV virus. I don't believe so. But y'all let me know if that has changed. I know previously they did not. Keep that in mind, Derek. Okay, don't let no woman tell you she allergic to condoms and she just can't use them. And you could just go in there and that you can trust her. Because, you really can't trust nobody. You married a stranger. I don't care if she do tell you she on birth control. You marrying a stranger. You can't trust nobody. She already told you she was ready to have kids immediately. So, bruh, if you ain't ready, you go ahead and get them lambskins. And experts out there, did y'all do a full STD panel before y'all brought these folks on the show? Because the bridesmaids was talking about Derek giving her that fire. I don't know what fire mean to the young people, but I know what fire used to mean. And I don't want that fire. Don't give me the fire, please, unless it's followed by desire. But if it ain't that, okay, because that was even a different time. If it's the fire that I'm thinking about, I don't want it. I don't want it. So I want to know if a full panel was done, including herpes, because sometimes they don't put that on the panel, young people. Just to let y'all know, I used to be a part of the sexual health panel and task force thing when I was in college, so I take all that real serious. But anyway, they were really cute together. Katie says they worked really hard not to have sex, but it did get a little hot and heavy. There was a lot of kissing. They just have a chemistry, the two of them. So when they get up the next morning, it's still a whole bunch of swooning and kissing. They go meet each other's families. Katie, she's well accepted by Derek's family. They really just want to know, as far as his mother anyway, his mother wants to make sure that they don't repeat the same things that Derek's father and she did, with getting divorced and making those mistakes. Katie says that they plan to use the wisdom that they've acquired from other marriages. Her parents' marriage, I think they're divorced as well, but her grandparents have been married for years, and she's just going to apply what she knows into her relationship and learn each other, and hopefully they can go forward and grow. Derek knocks it completely out the park. I'm talking about Derek, the bar was here. Derek saw the bar, went up 3 flights of stairs, looked down at the bar, and proceeded to execute, because even after the family is made to feel real comfortable by Derek, Derek still asks for Katie's hand in marriage, because to him it wouldn't be official if the dad didn't approve. And the dad is just blown away. I mean, he was almost looking at Derek like, you are the son I've always wanted. But it meant a lot to Katie because she is so serious about her dad and really loves her dad and loves their relationship. I love their relationship. And I love that Derek did that because it meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to the dad. And it meant a lot to Katie. Katie, she gets that child always about to fan and cry, right? But she don't cry all the way, but it really, really touched her. And I just want to say now, I done noticed some of y'all young girls on the show, y'all got bad posture. I want y'all to sit up straight. It's a whole lot of this going on and shrinking down. And, Katie, you already short. You got that about you too. Stand up straight and quit hunching your shoulders down like that. You probably used to be a cheerleader. I'm not really sure how all cheerleaders kind of get this body stance going. I used to be a cheerleader. And I think it's because when you used to anytime you were about to do a flip, or or you were about to do a jump, anything that required momentum, they would tell you to hollow your body out, because it would bring, I guess, like more power to the jump or the flip that you were doing. But it gave a lot of us bad posture, because after a while you just start standing like this, and you need to stand up straight, okay? Stick your chest out. You don't want to have them hunched over shoulders when you get old. But that was just I'll go off on a tangent real quick. Let's get back to it. So the meeting went well. As far as the beginning of the honeymoon with Katie and Derek, we already know that the two of them got plans. So they didn't do it the first night. I thought they did, but that must have been a preview for later. But we know the two of them probably got plans. And when they arrive at the honeymoon and they're getting ready and they're packing, they're still having a lot of fun with each other. They're getting each other's phone number. It's a lot of hand in hand, and a lot of hugging, a lot of kissing. So they're excited about going on the honeymoon together. And we all know that traveling can really make or break a couple. It can really you can kind of see what things may stand out about a person that aren't that likable. It's like the closest that you can get to living with a person before you actually live with them. Like when you travel together, you get to see certain things happen. So Katie and Derek seem like they're going to enjoy their honeymoon, but one can only tell, right? Too soon to tell, I should say. Who is next? Jessica and Austin. Jessica describes them as two awkward peas in a pod, and I've never heard a more accurate statement. The two of them are still telling jokes that I don't understand, that are going over my head, and that's probably good, because I don't need to understand them. That's for them. They get together the next morning and they're still telling little jokes and talking about he cooks chicken and she's more pescatarian, but she don't like to cook chicken. He don't like to cook chicken either. So yeah, God bless them. That's all you can say. It works for them. Now, when he goes to meet the brother-in-law and her twin sister, the sister is concerned about his intentions. Is this just an experiment? Absolutely not. Austin is there for the long haul. I believe him. And the brother-in-law is just glad that Jessica got somebody to hang out with. That way she's not calling us to hang out. Which is kind of funny, but that's how it is sometimes. Jessica she does well with Grandma Thelma. Y'all know Grandma Thelma love everybody. The father is kind of quiet. He seems like he quietly approves. And the mother still has some reservations. That Austin's her baby boy. And I can't wait to, come back on, y'all. Claus, my baby boy. She loves her baby. And she just wants to make sure that he gets a great woman, because he's a great guy. And what do you plan on doing to be with him, and to make sure your relationship is secure? And Jessica's intentions are just to learn him, to get to know him, and basically be in it for the long haul, just like Austin is. So the mom is a little bit more relieved to hear that, and she does welcome Jessica, but you can tell she still has that mama still is not sure about letting Austin go. Let's see who is next. Now, Mindy and Zach. Mindy is swooning over her man. Zach is... What's going on with Zach's hair? Like, it seems like he gets up early before the camera production gets there, and he puts the volume back in it. Because when they woke up the next morning, his hair was already up. And I'm like, there's no way that the hairspray is that good. And I know he didn't sleep in no bonnet. So how is his hair already like that when they wake up in the morning? Like, he for real about his. But just like Mindy is scared to take off her makeup in front of Zach, and he really gets to see what she looks like, I'm scared of what he might look like with flat hair. Like, what if this is all an illusion? Or what if he got one of them little hair bump things underneath? Anyway, but Mindy takes her makeup off, and I understood, because I'm the same way, you guys. Y'all will never catch me on this camera without my glasses. I wear my glasses. They are like my form of makeup. I have a very problematic eye area from a number of things. just from childhood. There's some genetics mixed in. I've got these little cosmetic, it's just like cosmetic bumps that will put you in the mind of moles, but they clump together, and it's strictly cosmetic. I can get them removed, but it's very expensive. And so just a combination of things. I'm very insecure about my eyes. They used to call me raccoon in elementary school, so I've always had these kind of eyes. They just get worse over time. And yeah, it is my most like insecure spot on my body, like for real. But yeah, that's why I wear my glasses all the time. So I hope one day to get over it. But I understood where she was coming from, but she looked okay without makeup. She just looked like washed. Y'all know how when you don't have on your eyeliner and people ask you if you sick? It was kind of like that, but she didn't look terrible. He didn't think she looked terrible. They are kissing, and Zach, of course, is saying all the right things to Mindy, as he always does. And, they kind of hug and all of that, and they end up, falling asleep. Now, the following day, when they go to meet each other's situations, not situations. When they go to meet each other's families, Mindy's parents, they still are not there. So Zach meets with the sister and the friend. And the friend reveals to us that Zach has a modeling career. And so her question is this just possibly a come up for you? Is this just something that you might be doing to see how far you can go and to see if this is a push in the right direction for your career? Like, what is your true intention with Mindy? Zach says his intention is not to push his career. It may seem that way, but that is not his intention. His intention is to be in this marriage and see if it works and go forward with Mindy. He does not have any intention to boost his modeling or personal training career. So we just gonna hope that's true, but at least we kind of got a little bit of an idea of why we felt like Mindy, like we weren't sure about Mindy and Zach. Like, I think we had an idea that Zach might be, trying to get a little clout. Now, when Mindy goes to meet with his family, the family just kind of lets Mindy know that they want Mindy to make sure that Mindy is vulnerable so that, Zach will know that, basically so that Zach can open up to her, because sometimes he has a hard time opening up. The family loves Mindy. They think that she is just this ray of sunshine. Remember, Mindy was the croutons on the salad. And so how could you not love Mindy? She has a really cute personality. Who's next? Oh, Taylor and Brandon. Taylor and Brandon are, it's getting better. It's getting better with those two. I'm starting to see the chemistry, and I'm so glad. But Taylor and Brandon are doing a little more kissing and holding hands and getting kind of close with one another. Taylor is also nervous about taking off her makeup, but she looked fine without it. She got a couple of dark spots. She's a lucky one. She looks really good, actually, without her makeup. Brandon looks like he's about to go swimming or go to the beach when he gets in the bed with his pajamas on. He gives her a necklace that says Miss Reed, which I thought was so sweet. I thought it was so cute. So the next day when they go meet with each other's families, Brandon catches all types of heat from the cousin. Beautiful women in that family. But the cousin want to know, you 33 years old, you ain't never been married? Why? I said, excuse me, why your niece ain't never been married or your cousin ain't never been married? But okay. Why haven't you been married? What are you like in your other relationships? Do you treat women well? Brandon says he does indeed treat women well. He's had other relationships that kind of fizzled out. He was in school. He couldn't dedicate the time, but now it's different. He's going to dedicate the time. He wants to learn what Taylor likes, what Taylor don't like, and then do his best to give her what she do like. That is his plan, to treat her like the good woman that she is. And the cousin is satisfied. She wanted to make him nervous. The aunt is satisfied, but she just wants the best for Taylor. And of course, we know the mama's stand. So Brandon did fairly well given the pressure that he was put under. Now, Taylor's meeting with the mama to me was weird. Brandon's mom is very like, I don't know if she's just this cool, calm, and collected, but she just kind of be looking like you don't really know how to read her expression. But she likes Taylor. She says, you're beautiful, you're smart, and I think you're everything that I would have imagined for him. You know, she just very laid back. The auntie is pretty laid back as well, even though she was mad when Brandon said he was going to marry somebody. But they just want to know more about Brandon, and they said, you know, just with Brandon, you just got to be ready for anything. That's all we can tell you. And I think Taylor is starting to realize that more and more when it comes to Brandon. He is quite spontaneous, if we have to use a really good word. What else? When they went on the honeymoon, Brandon and Taylor were very touchy-feely. She got a whole bunch of bride and just married stuff made for the two of them, which is cute. But their chemistry is just looking a whole lot better on this episode. Even when they went to bed together, I wasn't really sure like if something might happen. You know, they were cute. I mean, they took a little, looks like they gonna take a little bubble bath together one night. I was like, you know what? I'm starting to see it's getting a little better. Now, I do see an argument coming in the previews, but for right now, looking a little better. Let's jump back to Zach and Mindy because it's something I forgot. So, when Zach and Mindy get ready to go on the honeymoon, Zach, you know, I just, you can see that something is brewing, right? Something is brewing. Like, they're not as comfortable with each other. And you start to see this even as they are packing to leave. So, when they leave and they get to the hotel, Mindy is expressing to Zach that it seems like everybody is, you know, a little bit more connected, and seems like some people are acting like, you know, they literally just have been together for years and they're a little more touchy-feely. And I do want to say to you, Mindy, now you're 34 years old, so you kind of should know this already. Don't compare your relationship to anybody else's. First of all, y'all just got married. Y'all didn't know each other previously. And of course, Katie and Derek are going to be all lovey-dovey and all over each other. Katie and Derek are young and they're extremely physically attracted to one another. And sometimes that's how it goes. But everybody is not touchy-feely. Everybody is not into the PDA. So I did agree with Zach on that regard, because I'm not into that, and I'm not going to do all of that, and you ain't got to be touching all on me. Please don't be groping on me. I'm going to tell you stop it, and I'm going to be embarrassed. But you know, I think she felt like Zach should have had a certain level of affection with her. And maybe that's because Zach was kind of doing that maybe on the wedding night, and maybe he turned it off. I'm not sure if it was a switch up, but don't compare your relationship to anybody else's, ladies. That is very, very important, because we can do that sometimes. Secondly, we find out that, well, first, hold on. Mindy says that she's tired, so she's just going to get into bed. She's not going to take a shower. And when Zach said ew, that was the preview to how the rest of the night was about to go. And I don't care what y'all say, y'all not going to be on my side. I would have said ew too. Do not, we've been on a plane all day. Everybody know that the airport and the airplane is one of the nastiest places that you could ever be. All them people, they don't get a chance to clean like that. Like, you're going to have to get your butt in some water. I don't care if you're sitting in it or standing in it, but you're going to have to take a bath. It don't take no time to jump in the shower. Like, it really don't take no time, even if you hit the hot spots. But we've been traveling. We in Panama. It was probably hot. She might have been sweating. I would have been the same way. Don't get in this bed with me with all of that. And she was like, well, you don't have to touch me. You don't have to cuddle with me, blah, blah, blah. So at some point during the night when the cameras is off, Zach tells Mindy, I'm not really attracted to you right now, and what do you plan to do about that? And I was like, baby, is it something in the water in Panama that's causing you to flip the script? What is going on? How do you just go from being real lovey-dovey? I understand old girl didn't take a shower. I just wouldn't have pulled up on her like that. But for you to say I'm not attracted to you right now, what do you plan on doing about that? Was this in regards to her not taking a bath? Was this in regards to you wanting to do something that night? Was this in regard? What is this in regards to? Did you want to go put on her makeup? Like, what did you want her to do? And she says, well, I guess this isn't really going to work. And he said, that's not the answer I was hoping for. What do you want? I guess we're going to find out next episode, because that totally threw me for a loop. What do y'all think Zach was getting at? Because I would have been like, well, what you mean? What you trying to say? I'm not really attracted to you either. Your hair's flat. So what you talking about? Ooh, child. All right. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Let me hurry up. So, lastly, we got Mike and Meka. And God, please come in, because I just don't know what to say about these two. I'm not seeing any chemistry with them physically. I didn't see any previously on the last episode, but I thought maybe because they were nervous. When they go to bed, it looks like Meka has on a robe in the bed. And then the following morning, she is kind of put off that he's already ordering breakfast. But that's not really strange to me. I used to date, honey, even back in college, there was this guy I used to date, and he did not play around about breakfast. When everybody else was sleeping in because they didn't have classes until 11 o'clock, this mofo was up at 8 o'clock in the dining hall getting his breakfast, full meal plan. You know, he had a 21 meal plan because he did not play around about breakfast. And even as a grown man, he still don't play. He gonna go to IHOP, he gonna go to Chick-fil-A, he gonna go to Bojangles, he gonna go wherever he got to go to get him some breakfast, even if he don't cook it at home. He just don't play about that. So it wasn't surprising to me that he was ordering breakfast already. When they go meet each other's people, Michael does pretty well with the family. They are concerned that he has cheated before, but you know, it just depends. Like, if you were a serial cheater, then I might be like, okay, what's up with you? But he said that he emotionally cheated in the past, you know, probably LOLing, texting, emojiing some girl he shouldn't have been doing that with, setting up a date, and got caught. But he was doing that. Well, he didn't even say he got caught, but he was doing that back in the day, and it was a mistake. But he plans to learn Meka, know more about Meka, and just make her happy, and they be in a relationship together. You know, all the typical stuff that everybody else was saying. Now, when we get to Meka meeting his family, I like how Michael said that he embraced the fact that Meka has so many women in her family, because he was raised by a lot of strong women, and so there's a familiar space there with him, which I loved. When we get over to Meka and Meka meets the family, Meka just talks about, you know, how their first night went, and, you know, just them just being nervous and trying to learn each other. But she says that she likes the fact that they're both ambitious and they're both driven. The sister comments that they both do have a lot in common. They do have some differences they'll have to work through, but she believes that it can all be worked out and they're going to make a good couple. One of the things that they do say to Meka is, One of the things that they do say to Meka is he has a tendency to shut down because he was raised around so many strong women. If you push him, he might shut down because he's already used to being pushed like that. So in response to it, he just doesn't argue. He will shut down and he'll come back to it. And this dismays Meka because she doesn't understand why you wouldn't want to talk about it, why you wouldn't want to talk it out. She even brings that to Michael, like, I just need to know that if we get into an argument, you're not going to shut down and you're going to want to talk about it with me, and we're going to make the agreement that we're going to work it out no matter what it is. And I got it. I totally get that. But I just, with Meka, what I want Meka to understand, that everybody's emotional style when it comes to arguing is different. Some people have to leave the argument and come back. Some people are right there, let's hash it out. Some people they'll just forget about it entirely. And you can't tell anybody that they have to adjust to the style that you have, but you guys have to figure out a way to work it out together in a way that is going to make both of you comfortable. So I would have probably said, I understand your need to shut down, and sometimes I do push, which you need to work on that too. But I push you to make you better. But again, everybody, to be young again, everybody doesn't respond to that. But I would just say to him, I understand you shut down at times. And let's just agree that even if you do walk away from a conversation, that we always will come back to each other and solve the problem. That's what I would have done. But that comes with age comes wisdom, okay? And you'll figure it out. So when we get to the honeymoon with those two, you can tell that they're not meshing, they're not gelling, and you're not really sure why at first, but then you slowly but surely start to find out. So they get in the elevator, they get into the room, and Meka confronts Michael that the person that he is off camera is not the person that he is on camera. When you get on camera, you're all soft-spoken, you're all whatever Meka wants. But when we were on the plane just now, you pretty much told me that if we don't have sex during this honeymoon, then you're not going to be happy in your marriage. Michael never truly... Okay. First of all, I'll say I do believe Meka. I believe he said something to that effect because he never outright denies it. First, he says that before he even says no, allegedly that he didn't say that, he begins to talk in circles about, well, I apologize for not being able to communicate effectively in a way that both of us can understand each other and that both of us can hear each other clearly, and both of us. And Meka was like, no. So are you going to cop to the fact that you said that or not? Because it's a yes or no question. And he was like, well, no, so you didn't say that. And I said, Meka, see, one of the things that Meka has to learn is the art of conversation. When she confronted Michael, she went on so long about not only what he said, but what she wanted and how she felt and how, like, Michael was just sitting there. And so she was kind of making herself look like she was ranting and raving. But then when Michael does get the chance to talk, she starts cutting him off. And I was like, girl, let him. If there is a grave to be dug, let him dig it. Be quiet. And she cut him off and was like, so you're gonna pretty much lie and say that that's not what happened, because I'm telling you the facts. We're not talking about arguing style and communication style. That's what you said to me. And I believe, Michael, I believe you said it. I don't know if you meant it as a joke, because he keeps talking about his communication style and the way he communicates, but I believe he said it. And I think Meka took it the way anybody would have took that probably that way. Like, what are you saying? That we're not going to be together? So y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. I don't think the two of them are going to make it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon for the next one. Bye.